In the news tonight, teachers must be adequately paid, says opposition leader.
The government may be thinking that they don't want to show weakness and must hold out against all comers. But let me be clear. This is not a time for one-upmanship.
And blame the ministry and the government for teachers' absence from the classroom at this critical time, says the GTU.
You have prepared your child all through from grades 1 to 6 to write the grade 6 examinations. And if they can't write it and they have lost almost one term, then you have to blame the Minister of Education.
Guyana's opposition leader Orbie Norton has added his voice to the ongoing countrywide teacher strike. In an address to the nation shared on social media, Norton said education is the cornerstone of progress and the dedication of our teachers is indispensable to the development of our nation. Our teachers must be adequately paid and operate in a comfortable student and teacher-friendly atmosphere.
We have been painfully reminded that this uncaring government has no such intention. It is now obvious that this impasse will continue, and as such, we have chosen to make this statement both to underscore our support for the teachers and call the PPPC government to task for its hard and unconscionable stance in not engaging with the teachers through their union for the greater good. The government may be thinking that they don't want to show weakness and must hold out against all comers. But let me be clear. This is not a time for one-upmanship. Our teachers are suffering. Our children are suffering. The vendors who work around the schools are suffering. The transportation workers who transport our students and teachers are suffering. Every parent who has a child is suffering. All our people are suffering because this government considers itself above the people and refuses to understand that they are to serve rather than to dictate. And we condemn this intransigence by the government in the harshest terms possible.
Norton posited that it is regrettable that the current regime has allowed this impasse to endure for so long, despite the availability of oil revenues as referenced by the recent $1 trillion budget.
There is no doubt that the monies are available to pay the teachers and all public servants, and the suggestion that the cost of raising salary for teachers cannot be considered is untenable and unacceptable. Our children should not be held hostage to political brinkmanship. The longer the strike persists, the greater the harm inflicted upon the most vulnerable members of our society. Government should note that by their actions, they are creating the conditions for all public servants to consider whether they too should come out on the picket line. Because as the cost of living skyrockets, wages have not kept up.
The government continues to ignore the cries of teachers to engage their union on a living wage owing to the rising cost of living.
It's here! Igloo Ice Cream Fruit Bars. 4 mouth-watering flavors. Mango, pineapple, strawberry, and soursop. A beautiful combination of real fruit and igloo ice cream. Go old school with Fluty Popsicle. Classic flavors and refreshing goodness. Available at Igloo outlets and all your favorite shops.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say wash it soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash it soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash it soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash it soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have me clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Planning an elegant or corporate event? Let the experts at Star Rentals equip you. Give your event that spectacular 5-star experience it deserves with the options of transparent tents of various sizes, indoor and outdoor formal bars and cocktail tables with LED lights, stage, podium with lighting, portable AC units, generators, executive portable washrooms, outdoor light tower and much more. Call today 226-3020, online www.starrentalsgy.com. Star Rentals, we got you covered.
The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union will be hosting a special general meeting and elections on Saturday, March 2, 2024. The meeting and elections will be held both virtually and in person in the various regions. Members in Region 4 will be allowed to vote at the Critchlow Labor College, Wilford Avenue. The meeting will be held from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Members are asked to be on the lookout for information regarding online voting and regional polling places. Full participation of members is encouraged. Let us move your credit union forward.
Weeks before students write the National Grade 6 Assessment and the CXC exams, teachers remain out of the classroom, and the Guyana Teachers Union feels that the blame should be laid at the feet of the Ministry of Education and by extension the government. GTU General Secretary Coretta MacDonald.
Any fault where with regards to our children not being able to matriculate at the exams will be squarely laid at the feet of the government of Guyana. The fact that the government of Guyana could spend so much time on planning for this CARICOM summit and neglecting the teachers, it means that they will have to be blamed. And so I want to say to parents now, your child's education is important. You have prepared your child all through from grades 1 to 6 to write the grade 6 examinations. And if they can't write it and they have lost almost one term, then you have to blame the Minister of Education. For those who are writing CSEC, again, you had extra lessons, you had all the books you had to buy, all the assignments to complete, you had the SBS to be prepared. If they cannot be marked and the scores submitted and their exams have to be pushed to another date, then the blame must be laid squarely at the feet of the Ministry of Education and by extension the government.
MacDonald was speaking with reporters on the picket line outside of the Ministry of Education today. She said one of her concerns is the pledge of $2 million to CARICOM by the government to a Caribbean Climate Adaptation Fund.
Well, we have been saying all the time that we are aware that this government could find monies to pay the teachers. I remember the Vice President Barrett Jacquio, he said, I think it was last week or it might have been a week before the last, that if they were to pay teachers, the other sector of workers would be asking for monies to increases in salaries, and rightly so. This government, the president, let me start from him, is very, very disrespectful, and he's very ungrateful to the teachers who taught him. In addition to that, all the dinners and all the breakfasts and all the transportation and so it costs. And if you could find those monies to host CARICOM Summit at a time like this when your teachers are on the streets, then it clearly shows that teachers aren't valued in this government. They don't value education, and let me say it that way. They don't value education, and so the teachers are drafted into that, as well as our children are drafted into that.
There is a general fear in some circles that with the prolonged industrial action, some teachers may think about moving to greener pastures. MacDonald feels that this can be the opening for the exodus of teachers.
Well, you and I know that the nurses have gone off, and this here will be the opening for the exodus of teachers. As a matter of fact, we've already seen numerous application forms being distributed amongst teachers' groups. And these are forms that are encouraging teachers to travel to the UK. They are application forms for teachers who want to travel to Jamaica, application forms for teachers who want to travel to Canada and the USA. And so with this kind of treatment, teachers will use those opportunities to do what they have to do, to go to greener pastures, if that's what we want to call it.
Today makes 16 days since teachers commenced strike action, and to date the government has refused to meet with the teachers' representative, the Guyana Teachers Union. Teachers across the country are demanding a livable wage, collective bargaining, and the consideration of its multi-year proposal submitted to the government in 2020.
Drink and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime, it's the two combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime, extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Opposition Member of Parliament Amanza Walton Desir has accused President Afanali, the new chair of CARICOM, of playing lip service to the struggles of the people of Haiti. Walton Desir attended the opening of the 46th regular meeting of CARICOM at the National Cultural Center on Sunday, said it was the Afanali-led government that revoked the visa-free travel for Haitians to Guyana.
Sat in the audience, and it was with total incredulity that I listened as Irfaan Ali carried on about upholding the interests of the people of Haiti. But my incredulity did not prevent me from remembering that it was Irfaan Ali and his government that revoked the visa-free travel arrangement that had been signed into law by former President David Granger. The executive order, Guyanese remember, would have allowed Haitian brothers and sisters, in keeping with Guyana's obligations under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, to come to Guyana to be entitled to an automatic 6-month stay, and they didn't require a visa. One of Irfaan Ali's first order of business was to revoke that order and reimposed the visa requirements on Haitians. So understand why we have to call out his hypocrisy.
According to the attorney, 26 Haitians were also detained at the Hugo Chavez Rehabilitation Center on the order of the government on claims that they were being trafficked.
Guyanese remember the outrage and the attempts by the Attorney General Anin Landlal to justify the holding and the detention of the victims of the crime. Guyanese also know that up to today, no one has been charged in connection with the trafficking of these, or the alleged trafficking of the 26 Haitians.
She said compared to the Haitians, Venezuelans fleeing economic hardships are being accommodated by the government.
Look, we agree that there is a humanitarian crisis on our western border. The government of Guyana has been vociferous in terms of the justification for the aid and the accommodation that it continues to provide for Venezuelan migrants. They say and they proffer that Venezuelans are fleeing from political unrest and economic hardship. But Irfaan Ali and his government must explain to us how the situation being faced by our Haitian brothers and sisters is any different from what is being faced by our Venezuelan brothers and sisters.
She said if President Ali is serious about the challenges faced by the Haitians, then he will reinstate the order granting hassle-free travel to Guyana. Since the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse in July of 2021, the country has been gripped by violence, which has seen more than 4,000 people losing their lives and thousands displaced. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.